Okay. Get OBS out of the way. Please, please just make it nice and small. Thank you very much. Put that there because I like having it there. Alright, let's get to work. Have a sip of some Mexican Coca-Cola. Right, I need to run an experiment to see if something works how I think it might work. Which is fun, because it means I get to dick around in my test cell for a minute. Okay. Actually here, let me just grab this box. Really, why are you not quite aligned? Make me fix you manually, are you? Put that there. Before time began, there was the cube. Okay, gonna need some doors. This one will do. I don't know if that one has a script. Where is just a door? Does that have a script on it? It does not have a script. Load up. Okay, let me put this here. Right, and put one of these over here. Let me just duplicate a bunch of these. Now then, teleports. Wait a minute, where's the thing that allows this to teleport to random? Oh, that has to be done on the door itself, doesn't it? Ah, I see. That may mean that this doesn't work how I think it will. npm door test. How do I add stuff to this? What's my friend messaging me about? NVM door test, create new form, and fuck, now I need to replace all these. Okay. How does this random teleport work? Do I have to link them? And then that doesn't make any sense. That don't make no damn sense. Quest, random, hidden, sliding, automatic, minimally. How the hell does this work? I've never done this before. I can't drag it over. So how do I define things in this field? I suppose I shall consult the wiki. Door. I have to message my friend. Okay, how does this random door work? Add interiors or world spaces to this list. Click and drag the cell's world spaces desired from the appropriate window. How is the cell window not the appropriate window from which to drag cells into this list? That makes no sense to me. Maybe if I do this, because there's this window, perhaps this will work. NVMs. Oh my god, I can only search by one letter. Are you kidding me? Okay, there we go. Okay, so does this even need to say it's a teleporter anymore? Use ref as teleport location. What the fuck does that mean? When there are items in this list, the destination for teleporting is left undecided until the player activates the door. At that time, the destination door is loaded and saved with the save game. If the player repeatedly enters and exits the door, they will always go to the same location. So, do I need to still define these doors as teleporters? Let me just go in game and see what the fuck is going on. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, so if I load again, it should be a random door, right? No, it's the same door. Hold on. Let me remove this. I'm gonna remove this, actually. Yes, yes, yes. We're experimenting. We're trying to figure things out here. Up. Okay, put that there. Now let's see what happens. What you got for me? This door leads nowhere. Hmm. Okay, so I do need to use ref as teleport location. What does that mean? Okay, so it has to be a persistent ref? NVM cell hell? Huh? That? Does that work? Is that all I need to do? Door leads nowhere. Okay. Well, none of this matters because I'm realizing now this doesn't even really do what I want it to do. Okay. Okay, so this... Yeah, this doesn't even really serve my purpose, does it? Because I need one random door to appear, and then that door always goes to the same interior. So yeah, this was never what I was looking for. So, all right, that test was completely pointless, although it's interesting to note that that feature does exist in the game. Very interesting. So, okay, I need to go to that dead money cell. What is it even called? Like SL something. SL BOS bunker int. What I'm going to need is multiple copies of this door. Well, this ladder, which is serving as a door. Okay, so go ahead. Call this dead money exit A. Because we're going to be calling this in a script. No, do not move it. That's unnecessary. Okay. Call this. Well, that already has a name. Shit. Ah, it doesn't matter. Okay. And there is no harm, no foul in hiding this because there's nothing really there. Okay, so make this initially disabled. Make this initially disabled so that it does not exist when the game starts. Yes. Now this fucking thing we're going to have to do something with. NVM quest. Set up. Okay, first things first. Int dead money RNG. Okay. Set dead money RNG to rands. Let's just have 3 different entrances for now. 1, 3. And I think this includes the rand can hit 1 or 3, although I might need to add extra numbers. Okay. Nice stuff. All right. So, if dead money RNG equals 1, this thing dot enable. Also enable the map marker so that can be discovered. Dots enable. I don't think we need to do anything else. Right, and I need to oh, that can wait a minute. Okay. Else if dead money RNG equals 2, that's going to have to wait a minute. Okay. copy this. And where is another location I would be interested in having this start? What the hell is this for? Nothing important. Okay, where's I think the Horowitz farmstead would be a good place to put this. Put another entrance to Dead Money. Wherever the fuck that is. Supply cave. Where is the cell at? Let's play in one of these SL things. SL abandoned farmstead. Is this the one in the northwest or in the southeast? I think it's the one in the northwest. Yes. Be in here? That'd be a fun place to put one. Maybe over here. Ah, this would be a nice little tucked away spot for it. Okay, I would like to put one here. Oop, that's a little too close. Okay. Ba-ba. Oh wait, why the fuck didn't... Oh, son of a bitch. Why the fuck didn't you copy the damn bunker entrance? God fucking damn it. This is even the right one. Okay. Oi. Give me this. Copy the... Oh, why must you be so difficult? Click. Why can I not click on this? Why is this impossible to click on? Hello? Oh, is it because... Oh, because of this fucking thing. Okay. I understand. There was nothing wrong. I was just stupid. Okay. SL... Abandoned farmstead. Fuck is the... Here it is. I would like to put it here. Okay. Dead Money Entrance B. What is this called again? SL abandoned. SL BOS bunker. Brotherhood of Steel bunker. Really just openly called the Brotherhood of Steel bunker like that? That seems odd. I might actually change that just because it seems kind of dumb. Okay, let me go here now. Okay, dead money exit. Dead money exit A to enable. Dead money exits B to enable. Everything. So much space. Shit. I fucked up. Or did I? No, I did not fuck up yet. Yes. Okay, clone this. Dead money exit B. Okay. Shit. Okay, teleports. Dead money exit B. And just put this in the same spots. And there we go. We have the illusion of a door that goes to the exact same place. Because we are going to randomize the location. Shit. Da-da-da. And if entrance marker B, shit. You linked door. Dead money entrance marker B. Now can it save? Shit. Save. What is the problem, sir? Dead money entrance marker B. Oh, forgot the N. New. Hold all. Okay. Randomize dead money entrance. Let's get all of this organized. Set script stage to 4. Actually, let's go ahead and have this be 50 for now. Okay, so we have a system set up where we have 2 potential locations that dead money is started. Oh, but wait, there's one more thing I gotta do. I gotta move the fucking radio signal. Right. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to... Oh, oops. Didn't mean to click there. Right, to do that, I am going to need an X marker. Static X marker. So we're going to use this to move the radio station's talking activator so that the broadcast signal can originate from somewhere else. Further sell the illusion that this is just shit. Okay. Okay, let's go back in here. Let's pop out in the other entrance. Okay, so... Ah, fuck, I needed to... Shit. Okay, so... Let's copy that. Let's move to... Let me just notate this. Vanilla bunker location. Quick question, what are you doing? Good question, Yoshi. So my overhaul mod is changing how the DLCs in New Vegas are handled. You know how in like when you start a new game, everything just gets dumped on you. I have changed dead money so that instead of the quest being dumped on you, there is a radio signal that's broadcasted, like in the vanilla game, but it's range limited. So basically, you follow the radio signal to its source. Now, that's cute and all, but this game is 15 years old, so you already know where the bunker is, right? What I am doing is I am setting up a system so that the bunker's location is randomly set to a bunch of different possible locations, so you never know exactly where the bunker is. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm gonna pop into the cell. What I have here is like I have a bunch of different ladders that are just set right on top of each other. Only some of them are loaded though. Yeah, you hate that? I think it's neat. Okay. Come on, refresh. Oi. Refresh the damn thing so it appears again. Thank you. Okay. Alright, so here's one of the other locations. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I forget that there's a bit of a delay with the stream and the chat. Yeah, that was always something that just bothered the hell out of me when the DLCs came out. It's something that bothers the hell out of me in any game that adds like DLC campaigns. Okay, so bunker location do. does it do? Just put 2. Might be cute. Okay, bunker location 2. Now I'm not sure. You have to be able to move radio station locations, although I don't think there's any precedent for that happening in the vanilla game. Okay, I'm gonna test this to see if the location moves. So bunker location 2. Save this. And what is that? Trying not to burp into the camera. I just had a Coke. Quest set up. I want to see what happens when you move a radio station's talking activator. Okay, so we need to run this command in-game, because it should already be spawned in the save where it's supposed to be. Okay, so CSC Novak. So there's the vanilla radio broadcast. What happens when we move it? NV DLC01 radio station ref dot move to bunker location 2.
Glory is inviting you to begin
Yellow. NV DLC01 radio station ref. Is that right? Radio station ref dot move to bunker location 2. Move to bunker location 2. Ah, you can just move. That's interesting. I'm not sure I'm pretty sure there's no vanilla uses of this. But that has some like interesting possibility for mods, is like moving a radio station around. Okay, so now that that's been moved, if we go... It's just around west side.
Countless diversions
Yep, pick up the signal again.
Gamble in our casino, take in the theater, or stay in one of our exclusive executive suites that will shelter you and cater to your every whim. So if life's worries have weighed you down, if you need an escape from your troubles, or if you just need an opportunity to begin again, join us. Let go and leave the world behind at the Sierra Madre grand opening this October. We'll be waiting. Has your life taken a turn? Do troubles beset you? Has fortune left you
down
behind?
there. How far does this
If
reach?
So, the Sierra Madre Casino, in all its glory, is inviting you to begin again. Come to a place where wealth, excitement, and intrigue await around every corner. Stroll along the winding streets of our beautiful resort. Make new friends.
So it reaches about yay far. Basically the northwest corner of the map. It'll pop up. Neat. Sorry to interrupt. What knowledge do you need to do this? Just some basic scripting concepts. And some knowledge of just basic functions, really. So how this works is I have this script that runs when you start a new game. And one of the things I'm doing is I'm capturing a random number. So I have here a int variable, and I run the function set dead money RNG, my variable, to rand 1 3. So it will randomly pick a number between 1 and 3. And what happens after that is if dead money RNG was set to 1, we'll use the vanilla location. If dead money RNG was set to 2, we'll use this second location that we've set up here. Scripting's one of those things that's kind of hard to explain, but like once you practice with it, it'll click. What is this? Exact location. What is this? Harwitz. Harwitz Farmstead. Okay, so I have set it to 1 to 3, so I'm going to... First of all, let me put a message here so we can debug. Message X vanilla bunker location set. We'll do this. Horowitz. Hold on, this is completely arbitrary, but I just want to phrase it this way. Bunker location Horowitz. Bunker location vanilla. Okay, so let's set up another randomized bunker. Where do we want to put it? How about somewhere near Lake Mead? I like this idea because it's actually explained in the lore that Elijah does have a bunch of these, he calls them man traps all over the wasteland, but you only see the one in game. So it actually makes a lot of sense to have this system. Shit, what's one place called? It's not like Mean, it's the... Yeah, just go to Bitter Springs. What is this place called again? I used to COC here all the time. Calville Bay, right. I wish there were more overhaul mods for the DLCs. I should probably put some thought into maybe changing some things about the DLCs. I have changed something about Dead Money. Something that always bothered me about the difficulty with Dead Money is the ghost people are supposed to be really hard to kill, but they're actually very hard to kill because they're scripted to instantly die if you cripple one of their limbs. So I've made the change that they are just a lot harder to cripple, so that their supposed immortality can actually matter. But I should probably think of some ideas I could do with those. The problem is they're just much more heavily directed, I suppose, in comparison to the many of the vanilla game stuff. Kind of want to use this random bunker idea to kind of create an excuse to get the player to places you don't ordinarily go all that often. So maybe here? Around here, maybe? I think you would pick up the signal around Calville Bay, so this makes sense. Okay, yeah, this looks like a good spot. nice like bank here. It is kind of close to an actual point of interest though, but I mean, no. They can't all be super hidden. Okay, man, I wish you could put like a side table with like certain assets so you could just quickly grab them and paste them over instead of sifting through this. Fuck, what the hell is that? Sewer entrance or something? Sewer? Is it this? No, that's not it. Fuck. Oh, it's Megaton sewer exit, right? Right? Yes. Megaton sewer exit. So let's get our third bunker possible location here. Ta-da. Okay, give it a map marker. And give it an X marker so we can move the radio signal here. And what else do we need? I think that's all we need. Okay, so back to the bunker. SLBOS bunker. Okay, out of my face, out of my face. Copy a new ladder. What are these other ladders called again? Dead money exit C. Dead money entrance C. Make it a teleports. Yep, okay. Righto. Let's just get it in the same place. More or less. More or less the same place. Okay. Healing door. Brotherhood of Steel bunker. I should really call these something less specific than that, because it's kind of weird that these are just marked as Brotherhood of Steel bunkers. Okay. Oh shit, I need to give these as well. Dead money entrance marker C. Okay. Get that script back up. Scripts. Medium. Quest. Scripts. Setup. Okay. Else if dead money RNG equals 3, dead money entrance C dot enable dead money exit C dot enable. Dead money. Alright, copy that. Dead money entrance marker C dot enable. Did I name this X marker? Dead. No, this bunker location 3. NVDLC 01 radio station ref dot move to bunker location 3 message X bunker location. What the fuck is this place called? Camp Guardian. Camp Guardian. Set script stage to 50, not 60. Okay. Alright, so we have 3 locations. Let's give this a whirl as to how this would work when you start a new game. Or at least when you enter Doc Mitchell's house, assuming I have a save. Right, this will work.
Ooh, looking good so far. Go ahead and give the vigor tester a try. We'll learn right quick if you got back all your faculties.
You don't care. Just let me get through here so I can get the fuck out of here. Whee!
Tangle with you. Heck, you could go Deathclaw hunting with a switch.
Oh, also, people told me there's a message if you fuck with this, but it doesn't work for me, and I don't think I disabled it.
Say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions. See if your dogs are still barking. All right.
Da, 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 da. Apparently this is what you get if you hit all of the top options.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. I got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
This doesn't matter. Missing name. Oh boy.
All right, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out. Here.
Ta-da. Oh shit. Fuck. I just realized this is a complete waste of time. I think. Because I think the setup quest was already completed on this save. Fuck, I'm an idiot. I should have considered that. So let me restart the game, just because the game gets weird if you start multiple new games in one session. Abysmal Night, a message? Like, what do you mean? Why was I putting a message there? That message won't be in the release version of the mod. It's just there to tell me, as a developer, like, what is happening in the script. So it's like, if I don't see that message, I'll know something is going wrong.
You're awake. How about that? Whoa, easy there, easy.
Bunker
You've
location
been out a
Horowitz.
whole
Okay, everything
couple of
is
days
working
now. Why
fine,
don't you
I
just
think.
relax a second? Get your bearings.
Setup complete.
Let's see what the damage is.
Okay. So... that should be... what are the main things you're trying to accomplish with your overhaul mod? Basically... making the game harder, because the game is 15 years old and anyone still playing it probably wants more of a challenge than they get with the base game. Changing a bunch of things that have always bugged me. Adding new content to make it a more interesting experience for returning players. Yeah, it's a mod for people who just want a reason to play the game again, really. I guess in a phrase you could call it a rebalance and general content expansion. Well, that might be overselling it a bit, because like in terms of new content, so far it's mostly just like new perks and traits and stuff. Yeah, just something to make it interesting to play the game again. That's why I want to do unlockables. Something that you can get for beating the game a certain way or completing certain challenges. Kind of like re-add that sense of discovery, right? Right, so like I was saying with the messages, because I saw this message, bunker location Horowitz, I know that all of these other things also ran. For the most part. Okay. But actually, let me run this a few more times just to make sure, like, it's selecting the other ones. Because something I'm not entirely sure on the rand function, because I always forget, is I have it rand 1-3, but I'm not entirely sure if this actually considers 1 and 3 as possibilities. Or if it's like, because it went to 2, so it might just be always going to. So let me just run this a few more times. Just to rule out it's not always going to Horowitz.
You're awake. How about that? Whoa,
Okay, it went to Horowitz again. That might be an indication something isn't working properly. Also, let me turn this volume down so I don't go insane.
You're awake. How about that? Whoa, easy there, easy. You've been out.
Yeah, I think that is how a rand works, but we'll do it just one more time. Because it might just be unlucky. It's RNG.
You're awake. How about that?
Okay, so yeah, it is including 1. All right. So I just had a lucky streak of Horowitz multiple times there.
Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings.
Neat. And with that success, I need to piss. eyes will hold. I heard someone whisper, please enjoy me. And the moon turned to gold. Blue moon. Hawkeye. Let us consider other possibilities of locations, because I would like to do more than 3. Because it's technically just 2 new locations. I want to say let's have at least 5 possible locations, which is including vanilla in that counts. So how about good old Jackrabbit Springs? There's never any reason to go to that hellhole, so let's put one there. So copy all this. Believe Jack. Nope. SL Jack. There we go. Put it somewhere deep in the hills. Over in yonder hills. Perhaps here. This is a neat little spot to put the bunker. Kind of nestled in there. Pop. But for a second, I didn't include my things. Okay. Ba-ba, ba-ba. Ba-ba, da-da-da. Okay. Dead money entrance D. And just go ahead and write this since it's easy to do. Also, if dead money RNG equals 4, dead money exit D, dead money entrance D, dead money entrance marker D. Bunker location. Bunker location. Bunker location. Jackrabbit Springs. I'm wearing some, like, I'm not sure what you'd even really call them, like wrist straps or something. It's like fingerless gloves, essentially. But, like, I got them because my hands are always freezing. But they feel really weird and uncomfortable when I'm trying to type and use a mouse. I guess I just gotta get used to it. Move to bunker location 4. Got the entrance. Let me just do that. Back to the bunker. SL viewless. Dead money exit D. Ooh, do these need to be persistent? Oh, fuck. I accidentally copied the corner. That is incorrect, sir. Incorrect. What the hell did I copy? Dead money exit D. Okay, so do that. Dead money entrance D. Connect it. I'm not even sure. Well, no, because I would need multiple exits regardless, so you don't always go to the vanilla location. Okay. There we go. And voila! We have a fourth possible location. Which means I need to account for that. Go ahead and put this at 5, because I know I want to do at least one more for now. Okay, 5th location. That'll be an interesting 5th location. Oh, in one of those weird-ass... Mount Charleston somewhere. Maybe in like one of those weird-ass ravines, you know, where all those cazadors are. As if dead money wasn't unappealing enough. To enter it, you have to get through a bunch of cazadors. Oh, it's wonderful. I'm gonna do that. Okay, Mount Charleston. Is that a location? Can we go straight to Mount Charleston? Mesquite Mountain. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I'll go with Jacobstown then, since it's near. Okay. Just drag my ass all the way over here to this one place that I used for the 5 Aces mod, which I still don't know why it's apparently as popular as it is, but according to my download statistics, it's still one of my most downloaded mods on a regular basis. It's really weird. This is so funny. Just like picturing it. You have to go through all of these cazadors just to go to dead money. Oh, it's fantastic. I love it. And just wonderful. Wonderful. Here we go. The best way to start dead money. What is over here? Oh, there's a Great Calm Place. I knew that was there, but still I was surprised. Oops, that's not what I need. Shit. Okay, so give me the Megaton Sewer. Oi, object window. You do be cooperating now. Look, what are you trying to do, dumbass? You can't save when you've got an object window open. Fucking idiot. Yeah, I was actually making dinner the other day, and I just heard from my office, just like Windows, like, something has disconnected sound. Like, it's like, what the fuck was that? What the hell happened? Did something crash? Is my RAM going bad? I really need that to not happen for, like, another 20 years. But, no, apparently it was like a Windows update or something. You know what I should do here? Because this looks kind of ugly, just, like, on the ground like that. I can go here. And just add a little bit of shading around there. Look, it's got a bit of the ambient occlusion there, maybe. Yeah. See that? It's wonderful, isn't it? Okay. Okay, we need the X marker to move the radio. X marker. X marker. We need the map marker. Steel a bunker. Forget what exactly icon this should be. I should probably have to fix that later. Okay. Else if dead money RNG equals 5, dead money entrance E dot enable, dead money exit E dot enable, dead money entrance marker D dot enable, NVDLC 01 radio station ref dot move to bunker location 5, message X bunker gunker bunker location hellhole. This doesn't have an official location name, but that will do. Set script stage to 50. Now I need to actually give these all these names. Dead money entrance E. I think this needs to be persistent, actually. Let me do that. Dead money entrance marker E. Bunker location 5. Okay. So I did not set those other things to persistent, I'm realizing, which may cause problems. So, perhaps I should get this running and then see about if everything's working correctly. So let's be clone this. Dead money exit E. Teleports. Dead money exit E. That's good. Mr. President, a 5th dead money entrance has hit the Mojave. Okay, so let's go in game and see if it actually appears, because those refs were not set as persistent, so I'm not sure they'll respond to the script telling them to enable, because I think that's a thing that you have to take in my account. Blue moon.
You're awake. How about that?
So now I do have to sit through this again. Okay, bunker location Horowitz.
Easy. You've been out cold a couple of days now. Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name?
Ah!
I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name. I'm Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Good Springs. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around with your noggin and pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place.
Actually, hold on. I don't need to go through this. Because I can just COC it to Good Springs from the main menu and this should all be fine. That makes a lot more sense than sitting through that over and over again. Bunker location vanilla. Well, that doesn't help anyone. Actually, I should have checked that because I did set those to be disabled. Shit. COC Good Springs. Bunker location Camp Guardian. Okay, right. There should not be one over here, right? Yep, and there's the Brotherhood of Steel bunker map marker. And there should not be one anywhere over here, wherever it is over here, and there is not. That's good, amen. So we go to the marker. Did the bunker spawn? It did. It did. Let me see this. Is persistent? Is that a thing? I don't think it is. Total. It's a different door that takes you to the same place. The marvels of modern science. Let's give it one more go. Bunker location, Horowitz. Immediately mauled by dogs and shot with grenades. Okay. Now then. This is what else I wanted to do. I could add more locations to the system, but for now I think it's fine. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with 5 locations. That's plenty. But I want to have, because I already have Old World Blues set to be hidden. Like the crashed satellites. So this won't be here and the radio station won't be on. What I want to do is have this be enabled after you deal with the Securitron bunker, because that's one of those story main quest moments that you can't avoid. Every faction choice has to go there, I think. Does NCR have to go to the Securitron bunker? I actually don't know that. I cannot remember. I should look that up. Unless someone in the chat knows and wants to be very helpful. New Vegas Securitron bunker. Change in management. I don't think the NCR has to go here. Shit, that puts a hole in my plan. This is insane. Side bets, change in management, house always wins under Kaiser. None of these are about the NCR. Shit, so what is a good... What is the NCR's... What is NCR players doing at this stage? They are... What New Vegas costs? I think they're doing For the Republic Part 2? Well, no, this doesn't work because this is... No. This doesn't work because I want Lonesome Road to be started after you deal with the Kimball situation. So, wait, what is this? Okay, you'll know when it happens. Okay, that's the... I guess King's Gambit? Okay, so I guess it will have to be after the Securitron bunker or King's Gambit. That seems weird, but I can't think of a better story point. To enable it? Seems sensible to me. Okay. I guess that'll just have to do. Okay, so to make this simple, you pull up NVM quest setup, quest stage 11. We'll use this to have the functionality to start Old World Blues. Unlock Old World Blues. If only scripting was that easy. Okay, so now I need to work backwards from what I did here. So we have NVM satellite enabler. We need to enable this to make the satellite appear. .enable. And then we get NVDLC03 mquest 00. I think. Let me see this. What did we comment out of here? We need to start quests NVDLC 03 radio station. That is the radio station, correct? Sounds like it. Wait, no, that's not correct. Oh, we need to enable this. Because this is the radio station. Okay, so let me do that. Is there anything else I need to add here? Because I already set it up. Like the pop-up and the actual direction to go do the quest happens when you tune into the mysterious broadcast. Force radio station updates. I kind of want to put this on a delay, to be honest, so that when you meet the condition to unlock Old World Blues, it's not just immediately like, oh, it's Old World Blues. Here's the radio station. But for now, I'll just keep it simple. All right, so that compiles. So let's do that. Leave that alone. Leave that alone. Let me see what happens when I start this stage. Here we go. Right, so right now... Shit, the mysterious broadcast is already enabled. Fuck! Where the fuck is that thing, actually? Because I think it's just not disabled by default. Where's talking activators at? Talking activator. Is it this? Yes, okay. Where are you? Really? This is where it is? Why is it here? Bizarre. Wait, no, this is initially disabled. Never mind. Drop that line of thinking, because I need to go to... I have that quick save still in Doc Mitchell's house, so that should be appropriate. Let me load this. Please don't make me sit through the character sequence again.
Here.
And there is no mysterious broadcast right now, correct? There is not. But give it a minute, it might still be loading. Radio New Vegas. Happy trails. New mysterious. Good. Okay. So set stage NVM quest. Setup 11. There we go. So that will do that, and then you listen to the broadcast, it adds the map marker, and gives you the quest. Or did it not even add the map marker? No, it does. There we go, and that's how you'll start Old World Blues. Let me see something actually. Get quest running, NVM quest setup. Right, that needs to be shut down. Is it okay to just NVM quest setup? Stop quest. That's okay to just throw in here, right? NVM quest setup. Should add this to all these stages. Functionality for life giver. Oh, this is outdated. We'll just leave that there for now. It's already commented out, so it won't affect anything. Okay, so let me go back into the game and see if everything's all right. Da-da-da.
Here.
Get quest running, NVM quest setup. Stop quest, NVM quest setup. Running set stage NVM quest setup 11? Oh, sitip. Quest sitip. Okay, did that. Mysterious broadcast. Get quest running? Not quest running. Good. Everything is as it should be with the world. Excuse me, sir. There is no satellite. That proposes a problem. NVDLC 03. I think I know why that's happening, actually. Radio broadcast, radio. Hey man, look at me rocking out. I'm on the radio. Okay, no, that checks out. Quest set up. Stages 11. Oh, right. The enabler object is enabled, and disabling it enables the satellite. Right. That sounds like madness. It's because it is. There we go. Now all is right with the world. And everything's gonna be okay. And we're all gonna be fine. And everyone's gonna get along and love each other and be happy. And awful things will stop happening. And it'll just be great.
Here.
Set stage NVM quest set up 11. And now the satellite is here, and it bitches at you if you talk to it with your crouched. Can't use this while you're crouched. You'll break the cutscene. It's that sensitive. Set game hour 0. Do you wanna? You're supposed to be on. Is it a daylight saving times thing? This is odd. I already tested this before and it worked fine. Huh. What the hell's going on? I modified that thing's scripts. I think I might know why it's fucking up, but I need to go look at it. I see. Right, we need to set this. Because without this, even though the satellite is, like, not visible, the movie on the screen would still appear. Because it's handled separately. So let me just grab that, add that to the quest script, and truly, all will be right with the world. Set npm quest setup dot old world blues unlocked to 1. And now everything should be right with the world.
Here.
There we go. TM1. Now the thing is, actually this should be fine in theory. I don't think you actually need to tune into the broadcast to actually travel to Old World Blues. Set game hour 0. There we go. Let me make another save because I want to test this. Okay, so I don't technically have this quest, but that shouldn't matter because it's purely instructive and doesn't have any relevant code. Okay, everything should proceed as normal from this point.
In the years
Before the Great War,
Big Mountain had been the home to the brightest minds of the 21st century. Scientists of vision were drawn to the facility to tackle the greatest technological challenges of the era.
shame this isn't an actual cutscene, so I can't, like, skip it.
To create a new world, fueled by technology for the benefit of all mankind.
They were dupes.
Sonic emitters, space-age alloys, DNA hybridization, force field particle research, autodoc advances in cranial, cardiac, and trauma surgery. The hopes and dreams of a century became realities in the electronic forges of Big Mountain. The nucleus of this research was the Dome, A huge stone facility that held the labs of every science known to man.
Including eugenics.
It was a think tank where no problem could not be solved, where no question could not be answered. The Great War brought a new energy to Big Mountain and its scientists. Although sheltered from the front lines, the scientists waged their own war, fighting their battles at the atomic level. Equations and calculations marched endlessly across chalkboards and computer terminals toward one solution: winning the war. For years, the minds and computers of Big Mountain were a blaze of trajectories, weapon schematics, and nuclear theories. The problems began to outpace the solutions, first geometrically, then exponentially. As the war escalated, so did the questions. On the night of October 23rd, 2077, the scientists received an answer that put all their questions to rest. In the aftermath, Big Mountain's silent experiments went to sleep, their creators slowly dying in the new world that had been left behind. And the great stone in the middle of the Big Empty lay untouched, filled with countless technological wonders. Wonders that, in the end, had been answers to the wrong question.
I got my brain scooped out. When I first played this, I felt really disturbed for reasons I couldn't quite explain. And essentially, it was my first real introduction to the concept of body horror. Or I guess it would technically be like medical surgery horror, I suppose. But yeah, I got the ick from this conceptually. That's interesting. The patient gown gives you different underwear. Fascinating. Alrighty then, so that's all good and done with. Oh, it's not done with, I still need to decide. Right. So, completion of King's Gambit. But, well, I suppose it wouldn't really matter. Because I could put a condition to check. Because if you do the Securitron Vault and then you go do King's Gambit, that shouldn't cause any problems. And if it does, I could just put some countermeasures. In fact, let me go ahead and institute such a countermeasure right now. If NVM quest setup.oldworldblues unlocked does not equal 1, do all this shit. And that's all that needed to be done. Except I spelled it setup again. What's wrong with me? Because I have a microphone in front of my keyboard and I can't see it properly. Because I'm 70 years old and I still need to look at my keyboard. I don't actually, but for some reason having the microphone in front of it makes it confusing. Right. So, let's find King's Gambit, wherever the fuck that is. Sort by name. King's Gambit. Here we go. Stages would be the simplest place to put this. Failed this quest in such a way that could not possibly be completed. Very helpful that the devs put these log entries here to describe what is happening in this stage. Makes it very easy as a modder to quickly understand what each of these is doing and what it represents. Okay, so this is an example of a stage we would want to add. First of all, just to note that NVM is making an edit here. Unlock Old World Blues. Set stage NVM quest setup 11. Let's go ahead and copy this. Okay, so we'll put that there. Side with the kings, allow them to gain control. I kind of do want to put this on more of a timer, though. We wiped out the kings. This involves completing the quest, so we'll put that there. This completes the quest. This completes the quest. This fails the quest, but it's an end state. Pretty sure failing quest still, like, marks the quest as completed as far as functions are concerned. Right. Now, what is the other versions called? Is for the Republic, not for the Republic. Go back here. You and what army? Okay, so where's you and what army? You and what army, brother? Wild card. You and what army? Okay. Player upgrades the Securitrons. Player destroys the Securitrons. Either way, we want to add our little function here. Our little happy function. Fits in so many places. Okay. And now we want the house always wins 2. House always wins 2. Players upgraded the Securitrons. Da, ba, ba. Da, 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 okay, so we do that, and then I think we want render onto Kaiser. I think that quest is a little different, though. Pretty sure it doesn't end right when you do that, so we might need to pay a little more attention to what we're doing here. Okay, quest completes. Destroy Brotherhood of Steel. Okay, this is... Okay, yeah, this is the Legion version of those other quests. So I think I want to add it here. Bruh. What are you bruhing about Godzilla? Do you have a question? Something you'd like to share with the class? Okay. I think it makes sense to put this function here, just because there's... You may not necessarily go to Kaisar after this. Right? That makes sense? I think it makes sense. Okay. Anything else we want to do? We have the independent one checked off, we have the house one checked off, and we have King's Gambit checked off, which is the NCR version of this, more or less. Okay, so that should all be done. Okay. I feel like I'm forgetting something. So after completing King's Gambit or dealing with the Securitron bunker, Old World Blues should be unlocked. But am I forgetting something else? I think everything is foolproof. Nothing jumping out to me that I need to do. Everything should work perfectly fine. Ooh, I know something I'm gonna check. I don't... The more I'm thinking about it, the more... I want to make this not occur immediately, but I kind of need it to occur immediately. Let me comment out this Force radio station update, because I think that's what makes... Cause I think I would be happy enough if it just doesn't say, like... The radio station is discovered instantly. So let me go in the game and check that. Okay, then we go back to this quick save.
Here.
Whee! Okay, let all these messages get out of the way.
Here's all this stuff that's being equipped to you. Yay, and there's the mod configuration menu. Hooray! There's Radio New Vegas and the Happy Trails Expedition. It's wonderful.
Okay. Set stage NVM quest set up. Setup. I keep spelling it wrong. It's driving me crazy. Okay, so that instantly appeared. So what the fuck does Force radio station update even do? I wonder. Is it like... It like affects based on whether you're like in a building or not?
Here.
Go in one of these other houses and see what happens when I start the thing in there. Shut the fuck up. No, son of a bitch. Okay. I didn't want to do that. Set stage. I can just do this. Up, up. Okay. Actually, this works for me. So when I go outside, that's when it's discovered. Okay, so that works for me, actually. So the mysterious broadcast signal found pop-up won't happen like when you hit the button to deal with the bunker, but instead will at least wait until you're outside. That works for me. Good enough. Nice. Okay, so I think that's all well and good, which means we still need to deal with Lonesome Road. Everyone's favorites. Let me go ahead and make a new stage here. Unlock Lonesome Road. Which I think... Actually, I need to do something. I need to hide the entrance to Lonesome Road. Because otherwise you'd just be able to walk right into it. Oh, I accidentally put Prim underwater. Okay, so over yonder. Hold on. ADD brain is demanding that I check this real quick. Isn't there a button to where it's like you can pretend to like walk around in the render window? Like a walk mode or something? I thought there was something like that. The camera. Rotate, drop. Freeze camera, rotate, pan, orthograph, drop, move, drop camera. I thought there was something like that. Cycle. Whatever, doesn't matter. Oh, look at all the wonderful mess going on here. Okay. What the fuck even is this? Oh, this is gonna be a bit of a mess. So I want to hide all of the little Lonesome Road doodads. And to do that, I'm going to need an X marker. Where's the thing I just spawned? That's not what I did. X marker, static. Where the fuck is the X marker? X marker. Oop. Fuck did it go? Why must you be so difficult? There we go. Lonesome Road Enabler. What the hell is this? Huh. Anyway. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. Okay, Can I turn off these collision planes? Collision dynamics. No, leave those on. Collision objects. There we go. Static. No, we need those. Actors. No, I don't need actors. Multibound. Occlusion. Activators. What the hell are these? Entrance safety trigger. What the fuck is this? Oh, okay. Well, we don't need those. It's A-okay. Get out of my face. Okay, so we have our enabler, so let's grab this. Enable parents on there, so that's opposite, so it's hidden until we so choose. That graffiti over there. No, I would like to select the graffiti, please, game. Opposites. Can I make this bigger? No. Just want it to be easier to see. How was that? Ooh, small engine repair near me. Wonderful. I don't have a small engine. Okay, let's make this. Hide this. Okay, hide this. What the fuck is this? Some kind of idle marker. What is this? Audio marker? Is this doing anything? Who the fuck knows? This graffiti here, we will hide this. This graffiti, we'll hide this. This map marker we will hide. And this graffiti, hide this. Pretty sure, I think some of this graffiti and stuff was actually here before Lonesome Road came out. Just kind of hinting that this place was going to be more important in the future, but... Okay. Definitely need to hide this door. So, enable parents. Da-da. Set to opposites. Also, hold on, let me check the script on this thing. Something I'm doing is I'm like... hiding all of the are you sure you want to do the DLC messages that you get. Oh, that's interesting. The note patch did something to this script. Fix is swapping janky time advance math for simpler reset game hour function. That's interesting because I think the reason they used the time advance was so that your hardcore needs would progress. But actually, they reset your hardcore needs every time you went through this door, so I guess it wasn't. Yeah. I don't know, that was actually kind of an interesting thing to do. Is that there's some kind of penalty from going back and forth between Lonesome Road, because there is a lot of loot, so like it's kind of makes sense to have some kind of penalty if you're playing on hardcore mode to kind of make it more resource intensive to grind the place. I will look into that further at a later time when I'm more in the mood to muss about with scripts. Anyway. Okay, so we're already doing that. Let me go in game and just check this real quick. Make sure everything is hunky-dory.
Here, these are yours.
Player.move to Lonesome Road Enabler. Oh, that was weird. They put a little... Ah, that's what those white boxes were. If you walk into them, you get teleported backwards, so you don't get stuck in there if you, like, were hanging around here before you had the DLC installed. What was this? That's interesting. Huh. Like some Lonesome Road items in here. Kind of like the idea of just leaving that there.
Hello, little puppy. Your mess is fucked up, so you'll have a hole in your chest. That's unfortunate. Oh, that looks really bad now that I've noticed that. Oh, that's awful.
Yeah. Okay. That's kind of fun. Okay, so if I do this, Lonesome Road Enabler dot disable. Ta-da! It's all of the stuff. Fascinating, innit? Never knew there was actually this light here. Huh. Because in the vanilla games nights, they look so horrible and completely wash out any artificial light sources, so you would never notice. Okay, dot enable. And all of it disappears again. And all of it appears again. And all of it disappears again. Fancy, innit? Alright, I actually want to remove those lights. Just because I want it to feel like this is more like a completely inconsequential location that is actually super consequential. So enabler, set opposites. Enabler, set opposites. Set opposites. Set opposites. But also, let's do something fancy. Let's have Let's like have some of this wreckage like seem like it gets moved from out in front of the entrance. What would we want to use for that purpose? I was thinking this bench, but that just looks silly. Let me just grab one of these. Yeah, it's a little big. It's a little too big, sir. Grab this. Okay, so we'll have this here. Like that, so it's out of the way. Put this here. And this will match the enabled state of this. So when everything else is gone, this will be here, kind of blocking the path. Visually. Because the door is like non-existent. Then we'll add this one over here, kind of fulfilling the role as, oh, this was that piece of wood that was over there before, but now it's been moved over here so you can access the bus. I'm sure people will very much notice this detail and be so glad I added it. It's like, oh, Lonesome Road. Like, I'm really glad I learned what happened to that piece of wood. Okay, so this will be set to opposites, like all the others. Do I have this looping? I don't think I did. Right. Right. Actually, let me put this like this. This looks more, kind of sells the idea it's supposed to be the same piece of wood a little better. Actually, I do want to put a little piece of wood here. This is just a personal preference here. So I kind of like don't like how this looks. The way that shelf is just kind of like that. I like having this here to kind of break up the visual a bit. Okay, can we rotate in the right direction, please? Thank you very much. There. This is the most important feature of the overhaul mod. I realized I didn't have the chat up. I mean, the chat's just been super lively. I wouldn't want to miss any of the comments.
It's perfect.
Okay. Let's go look at it in-game.
Here.
I need to disable that.
It's a puppy. It's a mommy. It's another puppy. They're all dead now. Whoa. Behold!
It's like magic, guys. Just incredible. Okay, now, as far as enabling this, I think this one should definitely be on some kind of timer. Because I don't want you to complete Arizona Killer and then it just be like instantly like, hey, it's me, Ulysses, here's my coordinates. Because that would just be unimmersive. I will mull over this, how to solve this with a quick piss. Okay, so actually, having a quick think real quick. I think I want to use a separate quest for this. NVM quests. Lonesome Road Unlock. Lonesome Road Starter. Okay, give this a script. SCN NVM script quest Lonesome Road Starter. Do that. Do that. Do this. Do that. And do this. Scripts quest Lonesome Road. And do that, and then save. Ta-da! If only it were that simple. Okay. Let's give this a minute, like a literal minute. Okay, so int a timer. We'll just do a simple timer. I made literally a tutorial video on this exact script I'm thinking of writing here. Begin game mode. If timer. Wait. Fuck. Do I need to watch my own tutorial on how I made this? How to write this script? Or can I figure out on my own with my brain pan? Okay, and... Okay, begin game mode. Set timer to timer plus get seconds past. Right? That's a thing. If timer, let's do this. If timer is greater than or equal to 60, set stage NVM quest Lonesome Road starter 10. And if let me just add this for safety. Dunce. And dunce does not equal 1. Do that. Set dunce to 1. And then this doesn't actually work because there is no stage 10 in this quest, which I should have went ahead and did that, but I wasn't thinking because I'm an idiot. Actually, why isn't this working? Why do you refuse to save? Set timer to... If timer... Oh, did I... Because I put 1 ampersand. There we go. Quest stages... 10... Unlock Lonesome Road. Okay. NV DLC 04. The reunion, and this is just... Yes. Set stage NV DLC 04 main quest 00 to 10. And show that message. What is that message? The one that says like, oh, that's me. Here's my coordinates. Message. Load message 1. Yes, load message 1. Then stop quest. As this will no longer, its services will no longer be required. NVM quest Lonesome Road unlock. Ta-da! Seems all well and good to me. Quest NVM Okay, don't start game enabled though. DLC 04. Let me just check something real quick. So how did I already mess with this? This should be fine. Let's give it a whirl. VM quest. So we want to start quest, NVM quest Lonesome Road unlock, and that should start the process of unlocking the DLC.
Here.
Dogs. Okay, so we do that. Start quest in NVM quest Lonesome Road unlocker. Wait, what did I fucking call it? Lonesome Road unlock, no error. All unlock, no error. Now we wait a bit of time, and it should enable the DLC. Eventually. One day. One day, surely. It's like waiting for the new year to start. Come on. Has it been 60 seconds? I don't think it's working. Pourquoi? Oh, because I fucking commented out the function. Doi! I also spelled the name of the quest wrong. Silly, silly. Happy Noodles clams. Hello. Lonesome Road. Why aren't you working now? Get quest ring. NVM quest Lonesome Road unlock. Okay, something's not right. Obviously. Set timer, shoot timer, plus get seconds passed. Let me just set this to 1. Make sure it's just not taking longer than I think it's taking. Nope. Okay. So it was just taking longer than I thought it would take. But also, it didn't do the thing. Why didn't it do the thing? Quest stages. Oh, because for some reason I had stage 10 set it to set the quest to stage 10. That's not how that works. That is wrong. Dots disable.
Whoopsie poopsie.
Okay, well, let me set this to 3. I feel like I fucked up something about the timer. No, the timer's working fine. Ta-da! Okay, so I guess 60. I thought this would just be seconds, but it takes way longer than I would think. Let's try 25. Just feel out how long that takes. So we start the unlock quest and we just fuck off and wait for it to do something. Just kill enemies. Did you know there's a little fake cave over here and there's a dead guy in here? He's got a 10mm submachine gun? Holy shit. This guy is loaded? That's a little howdy-do for you. Oh, weird. Hello. Just waiting for my script to resolve. Sure, it will happen eventually. 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 Alright, peanut mushrooms, happy clams. Hey, Solid Block, what's going down? The DLCs are going down. Bending to my whim and starting only when I so desire they start. Because that was always something that bugged me about the vanilla game, so I wanted to put my own spin on some DLC delays for the overhaul mod. Right. Okay, so my little unlocker script works just fine. So the only thing left to do is to decide when I want to have the script run, and I kind of already know where I would like to do that. So I would like it to be after the Kimball quests. So you pull up. Well, I know one of them's Arizona Killer. Arizona Killer. Where the fuck are we? Arizona Killer. Quest stages. Which of these stages results in the quest? I'm busy. Admire the drive. Scripting makes me miserable. I find it can be frustrating, for sure. But I don't know. I really enjoy the process of figuring out how to translate what I want to do from English, essentially, into something that the scripting language can parse. Okay. So all I need to do is just add my little function to start the Lonesome Road Unlocker quest here. And I will make this with a little NVM edit. Start Lonesome Road Unlocker. I actually came up with something that I'm quite happy with for dead money. So the first thing I did was I changed the quest so that it doesn't get dumped on you, of course. And I set it up so that the radio station... Yeah, it does feel rewarding. But I set the radio station up to be range limited. So the idea is you catch the signal on your Pip-Boy and you go to track it down, essentially, by following the strength of the signal. That was all cute and everything, but this game is 15 years old and everyone already knows where the bunker is. So what I have done is I have added 5 potential entrances to the Dead Money Start bunker. And when you start a new game, one of them is randomly selected to be enabled and be your entrance to Dead Money. So adds a bit more of a surprise to getting into that particular DLC, which I was quite proud of. Okay, so start quest NVM quest Lonesome Road unlock. Copy this. That works. Put this here. Actually, should I be... I'm not sure this matters, but should I be putting this before the stop quest call? I probably should, just to be safe. The random... the funny thing is one of them is... One of the locations I put is pretty evil. You know, the mountain on Jacobstown, there's that, like, ravine that is just, like, basically a straight line filled with Kazdors. I put one of the entrances at the end of that ravine. Which I think is hilarious, because people already don't like Dead Money. And so, having to go through that to get into Dead Money is just funny to me. But it's one of 5 possibilities, including the vanilla location of the bunker. Exactly, that place. I actually do want to do a little bit of trolling with this mod. This overhaul, because it's intended for, like, somebody asked earlier, like, what is my, like, overall goal with this mod? And it's, I think in the simplest terms, it's to be something for people who have played a ton of this game over the last 15 years and just want something to, like, have that feeling of discovery and challenge again. And I can't wait for people to discover that. I am a lawful evil game designer. I am fair, but I will punish you for existing. What the fuck is this stage? Okay, I have no idea when this stage happens or what all this means, but I guess there's no harm in me putting this here. Okay. Now the other one is you'll know when it happens. You'll know when it happens. And I think one of these, the house always wins, deals with Kimball as well. I mean, Miyazaki has this philosophy with his game design, and everyone loves Dark Souls. Like, I'm just doing what's popular. Okay, where is when you'll know when it happens? There it is. Okay, quest stage. Da-da-da. Ba-ba, ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba. What the fuck is this? What is this nonsense? I just realized this seems very similar to Arizona Killer's stage 200, but that one didn't have a stop quest function. I wonder if I should add that as a fix. You got a lot of hate for it. I haven't really been keeping up with your mods, well, modding in general, really, but was that the... Because I think I saw, like, the El Chess Breach video, like, Come Wander With Me. Was it that one? What do people not like about it? Okay, I need to pull up the wiki, because I need to... Vegas wiki. Ah, Tales of Reno 0. Okay, the house always wins. I'm pretty sure one of these is a version of... Actually, hold on, let me do this. You'll know when it happens. What are the equivalent quests? The house always wins 6? Is this necessary for me to edit? I'm not sure. Let me check. House always wins. House always wins 6 stages. Ta-ta, haha. Didn't care for the ending. There's a scene where you have to choose one of 5 people to die, and whoever you pick survives, and everyone else dies. Then you have to escape with them. Yeah, that's a common complaint in media, from what I understand. Like, there's a bunch of movies that had downer endings, and then test audiences were really negative about it, and the studios demanded that the ending thus be changed. But this is modding, and there's no one making those demands. I think that's a really dumb complaint, personally. It's like, oh no, the horror mod with the cannibals is like kind of a grim, bittersweet, if you can call it that, ending. Like, oh no. Okay, I don't think I actually need to add my little function here, because I think you'll know when it happens, just kind of happens in tandem with House always wins 6. There's no other functions in these stages, so... I'm guessing there's not a lot of relevant code that needs to be executed here. There's like this quest doesn't even have a script. Got objectives, but that's it. Oh. More angry that it was a section where you lose your gear to that. I think that's even dumber. I mean, like that's something people have been bitching about dead money for over a decade. And I agree with you. I like that it forces the player to have to think differently, not be able to rely on their toy box that they brought with them, and force them to engage with the resources that you've scattered for them to use. That's dumb. People who are mad about that are boring. The worst thing you could be, besides a bunch of other things. Okay. So this should be all set up. To start Lonesome Road when you do the Kimball quests. Let me see something. Finishing touches. Okay. House Combust, Arizona Killer. Change of management. Come on, really? I'm showing it off as C3 this Sunday, sort of a modder showcase event. C3, I feel like I've heard of that before. Maybe I'll finally finish that mod. Okay. It feels weird to be done with something, but I think I'm done with the DLC management part of the overhaul. I've done everything I want to do, really. I think I might want to add a timer to just delay Old World Blue slightly. Just for, I don't know, to make it feel a little better, but I'm not sure that's strictly necessary. Dead Money's handled. Honest Hearts, I kind of don't like getting the radio signal as soon as you step out of Honest Hearts. But it's fine, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't really bug me. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's absolutely normal. God knows I have like a dozen unfinished things, including stuff I've never shown in any capacity before. Like on my Nexus page or on my community post spam that I like to do. I like this quote. Art is never finished, only abandoned. Yeah, I could vibe with that. Okay. I didn't really log any of what I've done in my extensive change log, but I'm sure I'll do it eventually. What else do I need to do? Yeah, actually, let me see. I'm curious. I'm sure there's like a program to do this. Let me obfuscate the screen just so I don't accidentally show my social security number. Is there like a word counter? Word counter. There we go. No, I don't want to make an account. So the changelog is currently a lot. If you read through it, it would take an hour. 2,447 sentences. 64K characters without spaces. 12K words. I ain't calling an overhaul for nothing. Yeah, makes a lot of a lot of changes. Is there a does this show how many like edited references objects are? View modified forms? Is there just like a count? No, I don't think there is. But yeah, I've made a lot of changes. Like I said, this is a mod for people who have played so much of this game by someone who has played so much of this game. Here's a nice change. Raoul can use alternate 44 ammos. Although I don't know if his AI will actually do that. I think the ammo list... I'm pretty sure this is how it works, but like form lists like have this index here, and I think the lower it is on the index, that's what the AI decides they want to use with that gun. So it uses hollow points, then SWC, then companion ammo. In that order. But I need to test that to see if it actually works that way. Pretty sure it does. There's also some secrets. Some things I don't want to spoil. There might even be secrets that I won't even list in the change logs because I want them to be a big surprise. Yeah, I hope so. Like, I was kind of thinking, like, this mod is kind of weird because it's a rebalance mod, like Sawyer mod and its derivatives, but it's also, like, adding, like, a fair bit of new content and, like stuff that's not really been seen in Bethesda games, like unlockables. I really want to do unlockables. There's new weapons and such. So, like, I don't know, like, I think an old mod, I think was called Fook. I think that's actually the most apt comparison as to what this mod is. Because it's not just one thing, it's like all these different things. I'm just throwing them together because it's like, that's what I want. This is how I would want the game to be, essentially. With all these new items that feel like, they fit because I'm the one who put them there, so my brain says they fit. But yeah, like it's weird because, like, I don't know, because people, like, I guess, like, their mods kind of more compartmental. Wasn't Fook one of the first major overhaul mods? I believe it was for Fallout 3, and I think it was one of the first mods I ever downloaded. There was Fook 2. I think Fook 2 is what I used. Let me, like, look this up. Fallout. Let me obfuscate. There was Fallout Wanderers Edition, which was kind of the precursor to Project Nevada. But then there was Fook. I don't even have, where the hell is this? How do I... websites. How do they work? I don't have Fallout 3 in my quick list. I guess it's been ages since I played Fallout 3, so I suppose that makes sense. Okay, so there's Fook. Fook v1.2 open beta. Fook 2 iron. Oh, let's go here. Oh my god, this was last updated in 2021? More recent than I was expecting. On an unrelated note, how do you feel about people re-uploading dead mods from modders who took down the work but then making minor changes to it? I always thought that was a little disrespectful. If you don't have permission for it, I think that's just straight up against Nexus's terms of service. So, like, not that that's why I don't like that, but I agree. I think that's very disrespectful, but also I think the Nexus, like, doesn't even allow that. Like, it's something you can report at least. Okay, so there's this. Oh, this is Fook 2 open beta. Okay, so yeah. This old New Vegas overhaul mod that tried to make it like the older games. I believe it changed New Vegas' title screen to art for Van Buren. Yeah, there's a lot of mods in this vein. Very few, actually, in my opinion, are really particularly well thought out. Especially the ones that aren't just derived from Jay Sawyer, like... what is that other one? Lone Star? Lone Star is pretty good. It's a Jay Sawyer derivative. But it's good. I played it like for like a week or so. And then I was like, I shouldn't be playing the game. I should be modding the game so I can feel productive. But there's a little bit of Jay Sawyer in this, but not much. Like, more than anything, it's just like medium and heavy armor has DR now, because I think that's just a really good mechanic that makes medium and heavy armor feel like there's a reason to use it. Yeah, but Fook, goddamn, this was a mod. This was a fucking mod. All this tactical shit. I can't remember. I made a post saying there was another mod, High Seas Caravansary, which I think was like what I made my Nexus account for, but it might have actually been Fook. It was one or the two, and like I had to do it because Nexus had a rule about like you couldn't download mods above a certain size. I'm sure I've ever played with many overhauls. I've not done many full playthroughs. The last full playthrough I did was a Jay Sawyer mod run. Which actually, the character from that is the character I'm using in most of the New Vegas mod playthrough videos on the channel. There's a mod project from 10 years ago for New Vegas called Lone Star. It was going to take place in Texas. I remember that. I remember they had a website. Fortunately, it got canceled a long time ago, which, I'm not sure I would use the word unfortunately. I would use the word expected, because that just seems to be what always happens. It's maybe rude to say that, but every so often you hear about this mod team getting together to do a huge total conversion alternate campaign remake of Fallout 2 or something. And it's like, I doubt it. Frankly, Fallout London was the most organized and professional effort to try to get one of these big total conversion mods released, and it's still a miracle that that happened. I think they had like a fairly like chill development, but it could have gone wrong at any moment. Also, I remember seeing a tweet back when I still dared go anywhere near Twitter. I think last time I used Twitter, it was still called Twitter. It was someone, I think it was the guy who made Dusk, or some indie developer, and he made this observation about New Vegas, or Fallout total conversion makers that I thought was really accurate. And he's like, these guys really underestimates like scale and the amount of effort it's going to take to complete a project by how often they insist they're going to recreate Fallout 2 instead of Fallout 1. Because Fallout 1 would be difficult, but it would be a hell of a lot easier than remaking Fallout 2. And yet, every time you hear one of these remake projects, it's always Fallout 2, even though that is the one that's going to be immensely more difficult and immensely more likely to fail because of that. Fallout London is like the only total conversion mod that takes place in an entirely different area. Yeah, that tracks. New California, God. I'll be honest, I have not played enough of New California to form a nuanced and sophisticated opinion on it. Honestly, well, that's not quite true. I've never gotten far in New California, and that's simply because of just the fucking whiplash of the opening few hours of the game, and just you're getting dragged all over the place, teleported to fucking underground prisons. There's like a million characters, most of them are gonna die, and it's just really poorly paced, I guess is the word I would use. The phrase, rather. Prologue is the best part. Yeah, I enjoyed the prologue. The stuff in the vault was like pretty interesting. It was, yeah, it was really interesting, and it's funny how that comes back to the problem of modders like dealing with scale. Is the prologue, all the stuff taking place in the vaults, that forced them to have a story and a situation on a small scale because it all had to take place in the vault. And because of that, they actually made something that was pretty cool. Once you got out into the open world, everything kind of got... Yeah, Frontier's story was... Why did the Frontier need a flying arsenal gear from Metal Gear Solid 2 in it? Why did they need that? Well, I know the reason for that. It's because Devil's Wish or whatever wanted that in there. Because I guess they're a Metal Gear fan. But, Jesus, that... The story went places it didn't need to just do stuff for the rule of cool, I guess, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but... The way New California connected 3 and New Vegas was fanfiction-y as hell. Like... That's kind of a problem with, I was going to say modders, but I mean like fan works in general is like, they don't really seem to like doing just what's called like bottle stories. They got to make everything connect, and like most times that ends up just being cheesy more than anything. Done Frontiers since 2016. I learned not to question some of the things in it, like the scene-for-scene Wolfenstein segment. So the stuff that was, like, ripped from other games... I'm of two minds about it, to be honest. I think it's just kind of neat that it was recreated in the New Vegas engine, but from a... art and storytelling perspective, yeah, it is pretty cheesy that they just shot for shot reused a lot of like scenes and concepts and events. The Frontier is like 2 small municipal towns and 1 side quest. Yeah, speaking of forcing things to connect, like the Frontier I think is another great example of like trying to force connections to the base NV story and it just being cheesy and like kind of dumb as a result. Is like the whole like, oh, it's the courier. The courier is... Again, drawing parallels to fucking Metal Gear, like, the courier is just Big Boss, apparently, and everyone thinks they're amazing. It's like, oh, it's the courier! We have to throw everyone away for the courier! Like, ah! Having played Devil's Wish mods, they feel like a stream of consciousness with no rhyme or reason. House of Horrors, for example. Well, House of Horrors, I mean, it's like a haunted house, so there, it kind of works conceptually. Like, what is like a haunted house in reality than just a sequence of set pieces? Granted, like, it had the story that never went anywhere and, like, explicitly said at the end, this is never going to go anywhere, so don't get your hopes up. And it was like, oh, okay. Actually, what's really funny, I noticed this when I played the Frontier on this channel. That scene where the courier gets captured on the bridge, and the guy like comes over and stomps on your face. That's cutscene, the scripting for it, I guess, was used nearly identically at the end of House of Horrors. Yeah, after like the hallucination segment, like the creepy like edgelord dude comes out and he does the same thing. He walks up, leans down, and there's like the two guys next to him, and he stomps on your face. Starts off the way, it feels like it tries to be somewhere else. Yeah, like it implies there's like this big conspiracy with like some kind of fucking scarecrow from Batman fear gas going on. I mean, a haunted house mod that's actually like thought out with like a actual story to conclude would actually be really nice to see, actually. What time is it? It's almost 10. I don't need to cook dinner. I still have taco stuff. Did like 3. 2 of them are dog shit. What were they? I remember the Fear, Happy Place, and what was the third one? I'm pretty sure I played all of the mods you're talking about. Honestly, fan writing often has the issue of having too much wish fulfillment, like they try too hard for everything perfectly for the characters they like, not just a mod issue. Of course. It's just novice writing issues. Although I think there's something to be said that the opposites can be just as prevalent, where they try too hard to be like edgy and like, oh, everything sucks and everything's going to suck for everyone. I guess at the end of the day, it's not about what you do, it's about whether you make it feel satisfying and fulfilling. Fear, Alone in the Dark, and Happy Place. First 2, ugh, last one, passable. Has its flaws for sure. Alone in the Dark, did I? Trying to remember it. I'm pretty sure I played all 3 of these. Although I explicitly did not remember Alone in the Dark. Wait, hold on. Hold on. I might be able to figure out, because I still have a bunch of my old thumbnails from my original YouTube channel. Is Alone in the Dark in here? Alone in the Dark I deleted. It was bad. But I seem to remember you deleted one. Was the house in Good Springs? It was like on the hill behind the saloon. Oh man, I can't believe I still have all these thumbnails. Yes, okay, okay. I suppose there's something to be said that that's all I can really remember of it. Oh, here's thumbnails from one of my many doomed to be incompleted New Vegas playthroughs. Look at these thumbnails. These were the style at the time. Not really, I think they were kind of outdated even then. Oh yeah, I got to Honest Hearts, and then I kind of petered out. What was the date on these? 2017, Jesus Christ. Oh, here. This shitty ass thumbnail. I think Vault 79 was one of the first mods I ever reviewed on my original YouTube channel, which explains why this is so like bare bones. Oh, Milkman. I should do a playthrough of Milkman. I remember enjoying this mod. Probably make a better thumbnail. Yeah, Vault 79 was a good... I mean, it wasn't, like, amazing. It was, like, very basic in terms of world space design, but, again, the mod came out in, like, 2011 when barely anyone knew how world spaces worked. I mean, that number hasn't gotten much higher. It's a shame that the OG Axeman mod is still gone. I think there's a version of it still around. It was like a compatibility version. I might actually still have it on my computer. It was like a go here, like... It was of its time. It was fine for its time. Because I think it was like a 2011 or 2010 mod. You got to go to a new world space. You got to shoot a bunch of enemies, including NCR soldiers, which if you're a goody two-shoes, you don't get to do all that often. It was fine. Ah, Rockwell Descent, which is... It's so fascinating to me that Dylan Hollis, the guy who does those vintage recipes, he made this. He made the Rockwell Descent and the New Vegas Christmas special. I don't like Box Canyon world space. That's fair enough. Fair enough. The world space was extremely basic. They didn't even really... I'm remembering... It's not that hard to remember because I have a playthrough on my current channel. But yeah, the ground was just flat, and then they took rock meshes and just carved just straight lines everywhere. Oh, hey! The fear! The fear! There he is, right there. It's the fear. I kind of like this thumbnail, actually. This has got some pizzazz. Thumbnail's better than the mod. I'm really sad I didn't back up my old skit videos. I really wish I would have done that. Alas, they are lost to the ether. Oh. Well, this is interesting. These two ESPs here. These I know what these are actually. These were when I was like, I'm gonna make a bunch of New Vegas animation like skit things, and like I don't think there's actually much in these. What happened to your OG channel? A lot happened. Well, actually not a lot. Let's just say I was in a bad place. And when I'm in a bad place like that, I act rashly and without thought. Something I've always been working on, and I've gotten better. But that was one of my worst moments. Yeah, just a lot of personal stuff just came to a head, and I think I was even sick that day, so I was in a really like miserable state of mind. And I was like, I'm gonna delete my channel, and then I was like, yeah. Add the Master Chief to your mod, lol. You know, I do. Now you two, listen. This doesn't leave this video, but I do want to do something super secret and sneaky and have a hidden super boss in the overhaul for players to discover and get their ass kicked by, and it's going to be really wacky and weird and not fit into the game at all, but it'll be there, and something cool will happen if you manage to beat it, I guess. That's something I want to do with this. And I feel like this is the best time to add something like that because nobody will be thinking to look for it. It's like, oh, it's an overhaul mod. Why would there be a super secret special super boss hidden? And it's going to be really convoluted to actually get to them. Been there, had a bunch of social media people making a smear campaign that made me want to stop. I wanted to not let it bug me. Those people on the fucking internet are weird. There is a creator I really enjoy, and I think she's like really cool and does a lot of good work, and she deals with a lot of shit. And it's like, why? Why are people so weird and dumb and mean? Is it because they feel inadequate? Possibly. On the subject of something I was thinking of putting in this mod that would be a little less super secret, I was thinking of putting Radman in here as like kind of a Ebony Warrior-esque challenge, like when you get to level 50 or 30, like he just appears and is like, hey, I'm gonna kick your ass. And like he kicks your ass. But since Outlander is working on just the 5 aces thing, I was kind of thinking I would maybe leave that to him, because he's using a lot of stuff that was in my leftover abandoned projects, and a lot of the ideas I had are in there, and I assume he probably wants to use them. They're like interesting ideas. Oh yeah, they've got a lot of talents as far as scripting and like just, I mean, everything I've seen they've put out is pretty good quality. Okay. This straight works, this straight works, this straight works, this perk works, this works, this works. Well, this works, but it's not being used. Picky. Well, 20, this is an idea for a trait, but I'm not, it's like kind of an interesting idea for a trait. You're trading a lot of like early game value for like late game value. It's kind of an interesting trait. Some VA work for his Halloween mod. What was that? Must have missed that one. I didn't know he had a Halloween mod. Okay, I can put this. Actually, hold on. This perk needs an icon. That's something I could work on. Just get a bit more productivity out of this evening. Oh, that was I did see that actually. It was a Oh, for some reason I thought it was like a quest mod, but you did just say it's a Halloween mod. I thought it was a meme. And I guess it kind of is. Stuff no, modding resources. Okay, so a trait called picky. What kind of icons could I kludge together to be something that represents pickiness? Could use the face from this, although it's missing like a chunk. Nothing's really popping out at me. I would love a mod that adds a throwing arc for grenades. That's what I see every time I look through these resources and see this icon. That was such a nice feature in Fallout 4. Reading a Bible-length omnibus right now. Reading Dragonlance specifically. I don't know what these words mean. I assume it is some sort of fantasy novel. You guys read novels? I've been trying to read more. I have a book like next to my bed right now that I've actually not started all, and I'm embarrassed to say I've had it for like a couple months now, and I've just not like sat down and read it. But I've been trying to read more. I've read a few books last year. Mostly like some crime murder mysteries. Dragonlance is a D&D setting. Ah. So is an omnibus like it's like a guide? Like I'm assuming that word is like somehow related to syllabus. Icons, I usually avoid doing them. Yeah, I mean, like I'm not an artist. I'm a competent editor. Editor. So I can like take these resources and like kind of remix them, which I've actually done to like some satisfying effect with some of the perks that I've come up with. I have to go in game to show them though. I'm pretty happy with them. Let's see. Where are these? Okay, I just use that one straight. Like this Improv Warrior one, I'm not super happy with it, but I did manage to like make it look halfway decent. For reference, this original icon, he's actually holding two guns. And so I took the weapon icon resources and put those in his hands. And it looks like passable. It's maybe not gripping them entirely correctly. This one I made, I was making this morning actually. I made this one. The original image, he's kind of just like thumbing through the magazine, looking all contemplative. I replaced the head and added the gun from another icon. I'm quite happy with this, how this one looks. It's a little sketchy maybe on the finer details around his neck, but it's mostly good. This one I use straights. Is that all the perks I added? I mostly like made some traits. This one's basic, but it's like, you know, it gets the point of the idea of the trait across, which I like. This one I used straights. This one was another edit. This is the 357 Magnum's weapon icon. I changed the head again. And there was another icon where Vault Boy's got like a crutch in his arms in this, so I just combined these and got it looking like this. Works fairly well. This one I use straight. But yeah, quite happy with these icons, and I'm so thankful to Jesus. I'm so thankful to Jesus for making these icons. I'm gonna like credit him on the mod page, obviously, but I do want to add something in game to commemorate, just because his resources are useful, but they've also been like a huge source of inspiration for coming up with these new perks. Omnibus is a collection of novels. Okay. Getting a BFA in graphic design. I should be able to make them. I'm just lazy and don't own a touch pen. Yeah, I know that. I know that feel. I think my problem is I just, like... I do a bunch of things halfway competently, but I really, like... struggle to actually focus on improving at any specific discipline. Except scripting, I guess. I guess I'm pretty good at New Vegas scripting. At least, like, as far as, like, vanilla game scripting goes. But, that's not a very transferable skill. Fuck. I made the sound for the dead man walking trait. Oh, you got your script working. That's good. I took one look at that script and I was like, nope. That's good. Is there anything I need to test? No. Okay, I can't think of anything else I need to be doing, but this has been a nice, just talking stream for these last couple moments. But thank everyone for joining. I'm going to go eat something now, probably tacos, because I have that stuff still made from yesterday. But good night, thank you for joining me, and bye-bye.